Oh, what's going on, guys? Gamer Dude back once again, and today I am bringing you the latest from Gran Turismo 7. But before we begin, if you could please smash that like button, and if you are new to the channel, be sure to drop me a subscribe because it would just be your good deed of the day. So, moving on. Gran Turismo 7 just got another update, including 3 new cafe menus, 3 new cars, and some new races. So all I'm going to be doing through this playthrough is just seeing what it has to offer, seeing what the new races have to offer. Seeing if they added anything new, anything reasonable, anything worth actually playing the game for. I've heard a lot of bad feedback from my friends who have already tested the update. They don't like it. One of my friends outright said that update was completely pointless. I mean, that's not a bad car. It looks decent. I like the look of it. Decent brake horsepower. So that's car number 1. Car number 2 is a new Toyota, and it's a GR10 hybrid, the 2021 edition. But it actually has less brake horsepower than the other one, and it's heavily, it's even more expensive. It's heavily overpriced, is that? I mean, yes, I can afford it, but look at its PP, 884. Its PP is just too high to use in the races in the game. 95% of the races in this game are PP restricted, and you can't. The highest PP that you can have in certain races is 800. The PP is too high. You cannot use it. It is pointless. It is a pointless car. Yes, it looks beautiful, but it is a pointless car. No need to add it because you can't use it. And the races that you can use it in are only 2-3 lap races against cars like this one that's pulling up right now. It's just pointless. I don't have any words. That is the ugliest monstrosity I have ever seen. Look at the brake lights. They just go over the boot. It just doesn't work. But the shape of this car is just abysmal. Look at his lights. How big do you need them? God, that is just awful. And it's £1,000,000. And it's got the least brake horsepower out from the other 2 cars. Oh wow, that is... Wow, that is an awful car. Oh, I never want to lay eyes on that thing again. It's just... Oh. Wow. Enough of that. Enough. Okay, let's see if they've added any new races to the stages. Nothing in America. Nothing in Europe. Wow, nothing there either. Alright, so let's check out these new cafe menus then. "40, 41 and 42. Because I've completed all the other ones, I get to go straight onto these. So we've got a lightweight Kit Car Cup, Vision Gran Turismo Trophy, and the GR1 Prototype Series. So GR1, I'm guessing that's going to be a heavily PP restricted event. Okay, so with this menu book, unlike the other menu books, you don't win a car. Well, you don't win a car for each one. You win a car at the end of it, but you don't win a car for each one. That one's just a 6-star roulette ticket, which the roulette tickets, in my opinion, are just completely pointless and redundant. They should get rid of it altogether. Because no matter what you do, it's rigged. Sometimes the prizes in a 1-star ticket are better than the prizes you'll get in a 4-star ticket. And it's always, always rigged. And not to mention, when it gives you those invitations, it'll give you an invitation for something that you've already bought. The game's code or the game's designers could have been like, oh, hang on, he's already got that one, so we'll give him a invitation for this car instead, or we'll just give him some credits. But no. The roulette tickets, in my opinion, are a complete waste of time. Again, another roulette ticket. Try your hand at the lightweight K-Cup. No, I'm not familiar with the terms of a Kai car because I've never felt the need to buy one. Looks like I might be buying the cappuccino after all. Yeah, that's a real thing. That's a car. Yeah, strict regulations when it comes to size and power. Yeah, the first thing it mentions is the Suzuki cappuccino. I don't want the cappuccino. If anything, I'll probably have to go for the Honda. Because even the Daihatsu is just ugly. Why are all Kai cars so ugly? Currently driving my beautiful NSX. So first we need to see if I've actually got any cars I can use in this series. If not, I'm gonna have to go buy in. Nope! I'm gonna have to go buy in. Oh, that's just not fair. Seven laps, is that it? Oh, that is ridiculous. Oh, Tokyo Expressway, but it's only 3 laps. 400 or less. Oh, jeez. Jeez. Okay. Let's look for Honda. Honda. No. What am I doing going in there for Honda? I really don't want the cappuccino. Yeah, no, that's where that awful looking car is again. No, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. Please tell me I'm not going to have to buy the cappuccino. Where's the cappuccino? Well, I could get either the cappuccino or the Daihatsu. I mean, the cappuccino kind of reminds me of a Honda S2000. I think it's an S2000. Yeah, Honda S2000. I mean, it kind of does in a way, Whatever. I'm gonna buy this thing and upgrade it. Ugh. Yay, fun. Well, given the fact that I'm not live streaming this and I'm just recording it, I'm going to tune it up because you can have a max of 400 pp. Do a race and then call it for the video. Let's go with the two-way LSD. We'll save the weight reduction until we've done all the upgrades. I can't believe I'm spending money on this bloody thing. It like forces you to buy a car that you will never ever use again. This just feels really... I can't believe I'm spending money on this thing. I don't even think it's gonna need a turbocharger, but we'll go for the low. Maybe not. Puts it above the PB limit, of course it does. If we go for the fully customizable manual, because it suits circuit racing and that's what we're going to be doing, so yeah. And that slightly lowers the PP, so that's a good thing. There we go. We'll have the crankshaft as well. Let's see if we can have that weight reduction. No, that puts it above. I think the only thing we're going to be able to do is the street suspension. Yeah, we'll probably only be able to do the street suspension. Alright, let's try this thing out. I'm really not proud of having to do this, by the way. It's just awful. It's 5 laps. Oh yeah, I need to buy fucking comfort tires for it as well, so that's going to shoot the PP back up. There's always one thing after another with this thing. Yeah, that shot the PP up. So now I'm going to have to buy a power restrictor. Wherever that is. Can you even buy one for this car? Yeah, there it is. That cost nearly 100,000 credits. That's just ridiculous. Alright, let's lower that to 95, see what that does. And that's a 95. That's a 90. 90. It really does vary when you do things like this. And you also have to be really careful with it, because sometimes you can get it smack on. And then other times it's like, nope, you're not having that. I think we'll have to leave it at that. So I adjusted the gear ratios a wee bit as well, so let's see what this does now. Liking the new background look when you enter these races. So you get a background cover of each race on each series. God, this thing is awful. It sounds awful. It sounds like a lawnmower. It's also quite interesting because I've never actually done this particular layout of this track. When I'm doing Willow Springs, I usually like to do the standard Willow Springs, and you sneaky little bugger, you try to spin me out. They're mostly in Honda Bs. Even this thing's windscreen wipers are weird. That's one thing I probably should have added to this car, actually, a spoiler. I just didn't see the need because I wouldn't ever be using this car again when this series is over. We should have known though that after the last update when they added the Suzuki Cappuccino that yeah, we'd end up having to buy it for the race series. But like, most of these events are rigged anyway because you're restricted to a certain PP, but they don't seem to have that restriction. But most of the time, I find your driving is just down to your own skill. So if you cock it up at any point, that's it. Or if you're in first place, and then you manage to let them overtake you for some reason, or they just overtake you in general, you're not gaining that place back. They'll be gone. And that's what I was talking about with those PP restricted events. It's just ridiculous. Although I am glad to be doing a normal race that doesn't include fuel consumption for a change. Because usually I do those hour-long races just to get my daily roulette ticket. So this is a welcome change of pace. I appear to be making some good ground in this car. I appear to be overtaking them. But my lap times are steady and consistent. I still really hate this car. It's awful. It sounds like a friggin' lawnmower. And it handles awfully. I'm having to wrestle with the stick just to keep it on the track. That part reminds me of a chicane from Top Gear Test Track. Alright, how I'm winning, I really don't know. I must have really done something to this car to make it just the best out of them all. It's taken me close to near the end of the race to get ahead. Look how many miles this car's got on it. I didn't even realise. I know I bought it second hand, but who would put that many miles on this car? I mean, I'm the type of person who's got, if he's going to buy a car, would go for a Nissan shitbox. You know, just something that would get me from A to B, but I've got standards. Even I wouldn't buy this thing. I wouldn't be caught dead driving this thing. But anyway, I'm missing the point of this video. My whole point for making this video is it worth playing the game after this update? Well, if you're looking for some refreshment, some new life in the game, then definitely yes. I mean, these races are ridiculous, but they are a ton of fun because they're so ridiculous. It's like think of wacky races. Think of it that way. Just, you know, without all the crazy weapons. If you want that, play GTA. But still, my point is, if you're into stuff like this, then by all means, you know, it's a lot of fun. But in terms of actual gameplay and story, no, it's not worth coming back to. They haven't really added any new circuit experiences, and that's what I want. I want some new circuits, because it is really lacking in terms of racing circuits. I mean, the least they could do is give us back the Top Gear test track that was in Gran Turismo 4 or Gran Turismo 5. I know it was in one of those two. Because the Top Gear test track will soon no longer exist, because unfortunately they're turning it into a bloody vacant lot of houses. So fairly soon it won't exist. And the last place you'll be able to visit it is the last Gran Turismo game it was in. But if they have things like that back to the game, or even the moon buggy on the moon, that was hilarious. I love that. If they had that back, then by all means that brings new life into the game for me. But again, personally, I do feel they could have done more. And adding these cars sporadically every couple of months, it's just not enough. Why can't everything come with it? You know, come with the game at launch. Remember when games actually came like that? On the PS1, PS2, and early PS3? When games all came in one big package and you didn't have to wait months and months and months for new content? Or you didn't have to pay for extra content, it was all just there. God, those were the days of gaming when it was all just in one big package in one game. That's really what we need to go back to in gaming. Well, that was incredibly embarrassing. I hope never to have to do that again. I really don't want to do that again. But yeah, this is what I'm talking about. We need more on the world circuits. We need more stuff. Because there's so much missing. You know, fair enough, they've added different variants and variations of these tracks. But there's a lot missing, you know, they need to add more. I'm not going to bother naming them all because there's so many, but a lot of them are missing. If you go back through previous Gran Turismo games, starting all the way back from the first one, yes, they've brought back the essence of Gran Turismo, but they haven't brought back the heart of Gran Turismo. The heart of Gran Turismo were all these World Circuit series, and they haven't given us it. You know, we've got 9 locations in Asia, 15 in Europe, and 10 in America. That's dull. You could do that in a day. You could start the game at 9 o'clock in the morning and be done by 4 o'clock in the evening. It's just, there's not enough. There's not enough content in the story mode. And me, I don't like playing sport mode because I hated Gran Turismo Sport, and in sport mode, if someone crashes into the back of you, you take the penalty. You know, you get the penalty on the track, and your driver rating takes the penalty if they crash into you. It's like it's your fault. Well, no, it's not my fault. I'm braking for this corner because you need to brake for it. He's not. He's using me as his brakes, and I get the penalty. So yeah. But anyway, let's move on. There's some new stuff for the scrapes menu, so let's take a look at those. New Orleans. Definitely get that Red Dead Redemption vibe looking at that. That's beautiful. I love that. Yeah, okay. Mississippi man, we get together. Mississippi River. See, this is the closest thing I will ever get to America. You know, games that are based in America are the closest thing I will get to it. I do one day personally want to visit some iconic locations. You know, I want to visit San Francisco. I want to go to New York. I want to see Washington. I want to go to the Smithsonian. I want to see Niagara Falls and all the great landmarks. I want to go to Vegas, for God's sake. Give me a weekend in Vegas. That would cheer me up so much, and then I would come home so depressed because I would have lost so much money. But still, it's the closest thing I'll ever get to it. So I'm gonna go with it. City streets. Oh, so now it's in Tokyo. Again, Tokyo's another place I'd like to visit as well. I don't know of many iconic locations in Tokyo, because I'm not as obsessed with it as I am with the iconic locations in the States, but I'd still love to visit it. From what I've seen in films and pictures and stuff, it is a beautiful place. Iceland. Oh, I've had friends that have been to Iceland because I live in the UK, so it's probably the closest tourist destination to the UK. And it is beautiful from pictures I've seen. You know, they've even got they've got hot springs in Iceland, and it looks beautiful. Just the scenery as well. I'd love to drive down some of these roads. Plus, I'm quite obsessed with volcanoes, so I wouldn't mind taking a look at the Icelandic volcano. I think that's about it for scrapes. So I'll just go ahead and check all my stats and notifications before I end the video. So you can see I've done quite a lot in the life of Gran Turismo since it launched. I was obsessed with getting this game ever since it was announced, because I skipped out on Gran Turismo Sport. I really didn't like it. I played the beta and I thought, okay, this could be alright, but then I realised, well, maybe not, because it's all going to be online and you have to play with other players as opposed to NPCs, and I prefer racing with NPCs, to be quite honest. At least NPCs, they don't try to spin you out on every single corner, they only spin you out when you get too close. Unlike other players. See what the lads have shared. I do a lot of liveries on this game as well, so if you want to follow me, feel free. It's one of my more recent ones. PlayStation inspired gaming suit. Once again, thank you to everybody who uploaded all the stickers, because I would have never been able to create half of them. You know, some of it's been done myself. I created the logos on the arms and whatnot, but the rest of it, yeah, I just used stickers, pre-existing stickers. If you want to take a look at it. See, I thought I did a pretty good job with it. You see, I did the white down the sides and the black up the middle. I kind of tried to emulate the colour and style of the PS5 as well. You know, I don't get many likes on my content, but some people do like and share them. I'm a DB5 Peking to Paris. Out of all of them, this is actually one of my more detailed. Easy enough to create. It's just a couple of words here and there. You've got my truth-inspired mothership from GTA San Andreas. I was quite proud of that, and I would have done more, but I ran out of layers, and I had to upload it like that. So it's a little bit incomplete. But that what you see there, that's every single layer filled. So I did the best I could, really. My friends are pretty good at what they do as well. See, I quite like that. I quite like what he's done with that. And Greg's, it's the go-to breakfast if you're British. But by far, my favourite has to be my Colin McRae Subaru. And I've gone a little bit off topic from the video, from the generalization of the video, but I'm gonna be ending this video soon, so I'm just finishing it off with showing off, really. That's all I'm doing right now, showing off. But yeah, I was really proud of that one. All that I created myself. I didn't download any stickers for it, because at the time of making it I didn't know you could download stickers, so it was a bad case of just having to make everything myself, and I really don't think I did a bad job. Because I like Star Trek, I created a comedic Starfleet uniform. Why not? I'll never wear it, but people have liked it. Deadpool truck, I created the same thing in the Crew 2, just on a monster truck instead of an F-150. It was a little bit difficult, I had to improvise, but I still managed it. Classic Herbie. the Mini Cooper 1997 look on the 65 version. A couple of people have liked and shared it. I created that for the design competition, but nobody paid any attention to it, so you know, it's just there, and it looks good on the car when I race it, so I keep it. But yeah, that's it for this video then. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think this update's brought new life into the game, or do you think it's dead already? I mean, personally, once again, I don't think this update's done it. You know, they've added a pointless racing series that pays next to nothing, and that nobody really wants to do. And the prizes for the new menus they've added are ridiculous as well, because nobody wants the roulette tickets anymore because they're all rigged. The roulette tickets are rigged to the point where a one star can be better than a 4-star, and a 4-star can be the best one compared to a 6-star. It's ridiculous, because either way you'll always end up with something pointless. You'll end up with a pointless car part that you're never going to use for a car that you're never going to buy, or you'll end up with the lowest amount of cash, which is usually the case. And for the last 5 days playing this game, each roulette ticket I've had, have been different tiers, some between 1 to 5, and each time I've had the lowest amount of cash, ranging between 5 and 15 grand. It's like, well, is it just rigged for that? Is that all that you're gonna get from it? What's the point? And that's why I was saying they need to just completely get rid of the roulette system altogether. You know, just give us something else for our troubles. You know, the star system doesn't work. It's just ridiculous and pointless, because the rewards are just all over the place for the stars. The invitations that you get, they're just ridiculous and pointless as well, because it'll give you an invitation for a car that you've already got. It's like, well, I've just bought that, I don't need that again, why are you giving me it again? Can't you just give me some cash? Can't you realize that I've already got that? Give me some cash instead. But yeah, I mean, by all means, I'm not criticizing it. All I'm saying is, if you're a fan of Gran Turismo and this is fun for you, then yeah, it's a great update. You know, we get 3 new cars, we get 3 new menus. It's something to do. It keeps people occupied. But for me, it doesn't keep me occupied enough until the next update. It's like, I need content that's going to take me a while, not something that I'm going to zip through. I don't want something that I'm going to finish in a day. I want something that's going to take me a while to push through. Something that I can sort of drag out until the next update. If this update's any indication, the next update we'll be getting is probably June, July, sometime the end of July, maybe the middle of August. I'm guessing the next update will be. And I'm guessing it'll just be the same routine. We'll just end up with 3 new cars and a couple of new race circuits. But I really hope the fallout of this obsession they've got with Kai cars, because they did it on the new missions as well. On the human comedy, you've got to use a roadster, you've got to use a mono, you've got to use a Kai car, and then that one's just physically impossible because there's a Samba bus that manages to thrash every single car in the race, but yet you're restricted to 450 pp. Again, bringing me back to that pp restriction. 95% of the races in the game are pp restricted, and cars above 800 pp are just a waste of space. You know, you don't need them in the game because you can't use them, and the races that you can use them in are only 3 or 4 laps, so they're just pointless. It's not needed. They need to do something about it. They need to do a high performance racing series, so anything above 800 pp. Because otherwise, the cars above 800 pp are just a waste. And I have a ton of cars above 800 pp, and I can't use them. You know, I've got a Formula 1 car that I can't use. I find myself just taking it around Special Stage Route X every now and again. When I want to do my daily roulette. But like, look, can't be used. 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 And then I've got these cars that can barely be used. It's just a waste. Wasteful. And you can't downgrade them because you can't put power restrictors in them. You can't adjust the dynamics. You can't adjust the LSD. You can't do anything with them, so they're pointless. They're just a waste. So they either need, like I said, they either need to add a high-powered race series or just remove them altogether. That's my opinion anyway, so once again, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Has this brought new life into the game for you, or are you done with it entirely? So yeah, stay tuned, because on Sunday we will be continuing our Telltale game series with The Walking Dead, the final season, episode 2. We went quiet on the whole Telltale game series because, as you guys know, my disc crapped out on me on the PS4, so I had to wait to get a replacement. And I think it was about 2 years. So it took me a while to get the third season finished and start the final season. But I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying bringing you guys the content, and I do realize my content has been lacking over the last few years. But it's due to personal reasons. I do know I've got a lot to do to earn back your viewership, earn back your trust, and earn back your watch time, really. But yeah, that's it for this video then, so thank you once again for stopping by. I do appreciate it. If you are new to the channel, please make sure you smash that like button and drop me a subscribe, because it would just be your good deed of the day. And I do try to view any content that my community is producing, because it's only fair, right? You stopped by to watch mine, so I should stop by to watch yours. So yeah, thank you once again. This has been Gamer Dude. Happy gaming, and I will catch y'all in the next one, guys.